These other activities that you can do with a child to develop gross motor skills are, how about a balloon or a ball? Just tossing it in the air, tossing it back and forth, or playing a game with a balloon is a good way to get those muscles, the legs and arms involved. Another thing that children love to play with is a scarf. You can pretend with a scarf, you can dance with a scarf. There are so many activities you can do with a simple scarf. These go a long way toward developing gross motor skills. Now, even in a baby, you can work on that type of a skill. For example, when you have your child on the changing table, you can work those little arms and legs. You can work them and do a little bicycle motion with them. You can gently lift and lay them back down. These are all good exercises to get those gross motor skills going, even in the smallest baby. Now, let's talk a little bit about what we can do to help develop the fine motor skills. For example, everyone knows that artwork is a good thing to get children going with fine motor skills. Simply drawing or scribbling, or even if a child is mature enough to trace letters or write their name, these are all good skills toward developing, good activities toward developing fine motor skills. Another activity would be to simply take some beans and place them in an egg carton, picking them up and putting them in, transferring them from spot to spot, or wherever a child's imagination takes them. These are all good as well for developing those tiny finger muscles. Then once a child becomes a little more mature, you could add the use of a pair of tongs or tweezers, which would be a more sophisticated fine motor skill. Another activity that would develop fine motor skills would be to tear lettuce. Now, in this case, we're using tissue paper, but see, simply tearing bits of the paper is a good way to get children, little fingers and hands involved in developing fine motor skills. Well, I hope these tips have given you some ideas that you can experiment with, whether you have your children at home or in a classroom setting. Thank you for listening.